We also have new details tonight on the bizarre shooting death of a man in Stafford County where the sheriff's office says an off-duty FBI agent shot one of his neighbors during an incident last Friday night near the intersection of North Jenny Road and Crosscut Lane. The sheriff's office says 3 family members had assaulted members of law enforcement. Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Drew Wilder spoke to 2 of those family members who tell a different story.
Starkly contrasting stories are emerging about what happened in the moments leading up to the shooting death of a 61-year-old man who apparently tried to help out local deputies during an incident in Stafford County Friday night. According to the Stafford County Sheriff's Office, an off-duty FBI agent who lives in the Stratford Place subdivision called deputies to report a man recklessly driving a dirt bike down the road. A neighbor's doorbell camera captured the sound of the bike. News 4 viewed arrest warrants publicly available in court, which say the off-duty FBI agent displayed a gun to the dirt bike rider. But the sheriff's office news release did not include any mention of the agent's gun at that point. According to the arrest warrant, the man on the dirt bike was 20-year-old Nicholas or Nico Vasquez. According to the sheriff's office, Nico left, went home, got his brother Angel and their father Javier, and they all returned to the area. The arrest warrant says the Vasquez family returned with the intention of confronting the agent and that the detective believed someone in the Vasquez family had a weapon. News 4 talked with Javier and Angel today. They declined an interview but say that's not at all what happened. Javier says when he heard a man dressed in plain clothes had pulled a gun on his son, he wanted to call police, but they didn't know exactly what road it happened on, so they went back to the area to confirm that location. And they say that as they arrived, they were cut off by an unmarked police cruiser and immediately questioned. The sheriff's office says during the deputy's initial contact with the Vasquez family, it turned physical. But the Vasquez family says it never turned physical, adding that while the deputy was facing them, they say the FBI agent was standing behind that deputy with his gun pointed at them. To this point, the Vasquez family say they were never arrested, never detained, but the FBI agent was the aggressor. A neighbor who was not involved with the incident tells News 4 they also viewed the agent as the aggressor throughout the incident. The Vasquez family says they were several feet away from the agent at the time of the shooting. On Saturday, the sheriff's office said that during a disturbance, a neighbor, 61-year-old Harold Chamberlain, quote, approached the scene and became involved. In a new news release issued today, the sheriff's office said, quote, this courageous resident rushed from his yard into the scene in an attempt to help the deputies, end quote. The Vasquez family says Chamberlain never came up to them and says it appears that Chamberlain was interacting directly with the FBI agent before he was shot. Clinton Brown was the victim's neighbor, and he says he wasn't home at the time of the shooting, but says that Chamberlain was a great guy.
You see somebody in trouble, you want to go help. I mean, it's kind of our nature. So I think that's what he was doing. It was sadly the wrong place, wrong time, the wrong person, you know, and that's what everybody's having a hard time with around here.
The Vasquez family were all detained and charged with multiple felonies. News 4 confirmed through court records that several of those charges have already been dropped, and the FBI agent has not been named nor charged. So what actually happened, and who was the aggressor? News 4 submitted a FOIA request for a copy of the sheriff's office incident report, and we were offered this, a mostly blank page with 2 redactions.
We don't know what happened. We would like to know. I think it would put everybody at ease.
Javier Vasquez told me that his son Nico should not have been riding his dirt bike on the street and admits that he believes his son should have absolutely been ticketed for that. But he says that he can't understand why an off-duty federal agent was allowed to have his gun drawn while local police were investigating a traffic incident, and how all of that escalated into a Good Samaritan being shot and killed. News 4 has made multiple requests for an interview with the Stafford County Sheriff's Office. So far, nothing. Reporting in Stafford, Drew Wilder, News 4.
Now, this afternoon, the FBI's Richmond field office issued a statement to News 4 saying, in part, the FBI takes all shooting incidents involving our agents seriously. The shooting incident is under investigation by the Stafford County Sheriff's Office and the FBI's Inspection Division.
Trail and Bill, reporting live from South Florida, Virginia. What's going on, man? Shout out to y'all. Let me say this, I've been meaning to say it in the last couple of videos. I got 2 videos coming out that my regular viewers have already seen. I want to see, I'm trying to run a little test here, a little research. So don't worry about it. When you see them, you've seen them before. Watch them again, you want to. Don't watch me, you know. They call this gentleman a good Samaritan. I'm reminded of all the do-gooder, cop lover, back to blue ass who be jumping in my comments talking about if you just comply and fight it in court. That was one of y'all that just got murdered, big dog. That wasn't one of us. That wasn't no government watchdog. That wasn't no auditor. That wasn't no cop watcher. That was one of y'all heroic motherfuckers that if we believe the Johnnies, and, you know, I'm kind of on the fence about this media platform, but if we believe these people, that was one of y'all. So I guess what, he should just comply with being murdered? What should his family do now? Just comply with his death, bury him, and get the hell on with their life and keep back in the blue with them dumbass flags y'all be putting in y'all. Forgive me, this should piss me off, big dog, and I already got, you know, y'all know whatever, you see what I'm saying? Lord forgive me, let me calm down. I don't know if I want to call you a good Samaritan, man. I've seen these stories. I've heard about these stories where you back the blue Americans just run up to help cops because you see a damn uniform and you automatically assume they're right. No investigation on your part, just like these cow motherfuckers. Johnny, FBI Johnny. This situation, hold up, before I get to you, FBI period. You cowards are so concerned and serious about FBI involved shootings that you didn't take the time in your statement to give condolences to your citizen partner. Wonder how his family feels about that. I don't give a damn, but I also don't wonder how the back the blue community feels about it, because I know y'all don't give a damn what these lames do, these cowards do, these domestic terrorists do. Y'all gonna find a way and a reason to back them. I want to repeat, I'm not sure this was a good Samaritan. I think a good Samaritan would have been out there if he or she wanted to involve themselves trying to figure out what the hell was going on. You got killed because a 20-year-old was riding a damn dirt bike. Make it 61 years in your life that God bless your ass with, and you get killed defending the damn dumb. Oh boy, I've been a little emotional lately. Defending the domestic terrorists, terrorizing the entire neighborhood, not just this family and these individuals that were out there as representatives. Entire neighborhood, because you can't tell when you pull weapons out and they fire intentionally or accidentally. You can't tell where those bullets go. You wanted to defend him. A coward, a grown-ass man pull a gun out on my son. Who's 20-year-old? You grown too, but it's my son, so that's my kid. Grown, but my kid. What you think I'm going to do? What you think any of those Johnnies on that scene, or those FBI agents that sent that coward statement, or any of these sheriff department cowards who, you know, conveniently and selectively forgot to add in their report that this coward had, I'm going to say coward a lot in this video, had a gun. What you think they would have done if an adult would have pulled a weapon out on their child, no matter what the kid's age was? Hell, the child could have been 61. What you think an 80-year-old dad would have done? Mom, just said whoop-de-doo. Off-duty FBI agent. Off-duty civilian Johnny. I said this in my last video and someone laughed. It was funny then because no one died. And it was funny because it was the cops terrorizing. But it was, you know, compared to situations like this isn't funny. But you know what it is that I said and they laughed at, and I'm going to say it again? Johnny on Johnny violence. We see enough of these cowards backing each other because they share the same profession. I'm telling y'all, man, you got to watch these Americans. You got to watch these government agencies who back them, which is our entire government. I don't even know what to say. I think it's senseless and unfortunate that this gentleman lost his life, but he lost his life doing what the hell he wanted to do, backing cowards in blue. How should we feel about that? That man was out there threatening the lives of innocent Americans over traffic, possible traffic citations, because we are in our great free country where it's innocent. It's supposed to be. Shout out to this father. Shout out to this neighbor who stood on business and said, "I've seen the same damn thing. The coward was the aggressor." Not shout out to these cops who showed up and just automatically backed this off-duty cop. You know, the last thing I was wondering, not the last thing, but the last thing I'm going to say about something else I wondered. It's 2025. This broke 2 weeks ago. That's when this video came out. I'll put the print article in the pinned comment and or description. They had Ring cameras that we could hit a bike. Nobody in that neighborhood had Ring cameras that we could see what's going on. We looking at one of them on the screen right now. Or did y'all just fail to investigate that the way y'all failed to put the fact that less than a man and also seemingly less than a human had a gun in this incident? I submit to you that any of them, if any of them were real men and women, anytime situations like this happen, the first thing they would do would be accountable. Or there may be a battle for whether they would be apologetic and actually compassionate first and then be accountable. They do neither. These are your heroes. I hope this family who is involved aren't people who just say, hey man, we still back the cops because we know they're just doing their job. We pay them not to murder us. Even if we are blind, blue line, back in ass. Victims of this war that these heroes have declared on the American public. I ain't even joking or being insensitive when I say, hell of a way to go, big dog. Rest in peace, fam. Prayers for your family. Y'all be good. Hey, BTB. Should we just comply with this bull story that Johnny's telling about one of their civilian homeboys? Or should we want to know what really happened?